and I was sitting with this guy named Don Jazzy, who's like a Nigerian producer, and he was just Twitter going on, like trying to work on the beats, but he was just doing tweet stuff, even though I really wasn't doing anything good. I was kind of nervous. Kanye kept showing up.
Like, is that Don Jazzy that they just did like that? Like Don Jazzy. Okay, so I was watching this YouTube video. Basically a video of people complaining about how hard it is to work with Kanye West. Huge Kanye West fan. And I don't know why they showed us this part. In fact, this had nothing to do with the entire video, but it reminded me of a conversation I had with a friend way back after WHAAAAT split. He said back then that the real reason why they split is because after they both got signed to Good Music, Dbanj was going out for his music runs like shows, video shoots and the likes with Kanye West, Big Sean, Pusha T and other artists, while Don Jazzy was locked up indoors with producers just making beats. And he got bored, he felt left behind. It wasn't just his style, so he got fed up and he shared his frustrations with Dbanj, but he kept being told to endure and exercise patience till he could no longer bear it and had to leave for Nigeria. This ultimately led to the breakup or end of WHAAAAT. This video is going to discuss
Is it WHAAAAT you want to talk about?
Yeah, why?
Haven't we moved on?
We can say we've moved on, but people don't really know what happened to WHAAAAT.
It doesn't matter. Just as Maven, and Dbanj is also doing well for himself.
Well, I think any story told from a fresh perspective is new to the listener.
Okay, so what happened to WHAAAAT?
That's what this video is trying to find out. This video will explore if my friend's story about the good music experience for Don Jazzy and Dbanj is true. That's if Dbanj was outdoor with the stars and Don Jazzy was indoors with the producers. We would also discuss if it was really that bad to inevitably cause a breakup. So a quick recap of WHAAAAT. Don Jazzy and Dbanj established a relationship as two solo signees to a UK-based Nigerian group, JGC and 419 Squad, and quickly moved to Nigeria to establish their own record label. For about 9 years, they had a working formula where Dbanj was the energetic hype man and artist, while Don Jazzy was more like a boss with a few words, mostly conveying them through Dbanj. Really, it was an equal partnership where Don Jazzy did most of the production and creative arrangements, but they however made it work and won the hearts of Nigerian audience with quick acceptance. They also signed several notable acts like Wande Cole, Dr. Sid, Ikechukwu, and of course both their brothers The Prince and K-Switch. They had some very successful albums, with my personal favorites being Mushin to WHAAAAT and Entertainer. With hits like Booty Call, Bere, and Why Me, WHAAAAT literally took over the music industry in Nigeria. The synergy of the team made it seem like they would last a lifetime. I mean, they started challenges even before TikTok was created. And they were one of the first Nigerian artists to feature big from the American scene when Snoop Dogg featured on the remix of Mr. Endowed, and he got his own Nigerian passport and name. Anyway, the most important part of this story is getting Kanye West's attention and securing a record deal, which everyone felt was a huge achievement, not only for WHAAAAT, but for Afrobeats as a whole.
And I don't know if y'all heard of that, but Dbanj is the new artist on Good Music. Jeez.
Fast forward till today, there is no more musical involvement between the two parties apart from 1. A Kanye West appearance in Oliver video, 2. A Kanye feature on Scapegoat remix, 3. A Dbanj appearance in a Kanye West video, 4. A Don Jazzy beat credit in a Kanye and Jay-Z song called Lift Off. And that's it. So it's safe to say that there is no working relationship between the two parties at the moment because...
But following Pusha T signing in 2011, we have Dbanj, who also signed to Good Music in 2011. Dbanj, well, this wasn't really included in anything. He never put out a project, and 5 years later, people were still wondering where he was. In 2016 though, he and Good Music went their separate ways.
I haven't seen Kanye in a while. I think the last time I saw him was, like 4 or 5 years ago.
Sad to find out that the relationship didn't work out, but it also took a toll on the relationship between WHAAAAT.
It's like two people decided to do two different things now. It's not like a breakup or, you know.
So, once again, we're going to find out in this video if Don Jazzy was truly locked up indoors for beat making while Dbanj was out and about with Kanye West, Big Sean and the other Good Music signees at that time. So I did some digging, watched some interviews and heard something in this one that got my attention.
I had a different vision and he had a different vision. We had a formula that we were working with and everything was working so well in Africa and we were running it. But I wanted extra. I wanted a global. he also wanted it, but like we all want success, but how much are you ready to work hard for that? And how much are you ready to lose? How much pain are you ready to go through in order for you to gain that? From doing songs with Snoop, flying to LA to do videos with Snoop, then meeting Kanye, getting a production deal for Jazzy, getting a deal from me. We just thought it was going to be America.
So what is a production deal? Checking online, there seems to be two types of production deals. One is more like a grooming deal where the artist is signed but not ready to start releasing music. So for some time, usually about a year or two, he's trained on how to improve his recording skills and how to handle all that comes with fame and stardom. The second type of production deal is when a studio owner signs a producer whose work is to keep producing beats for different artists. Now, what the two types of production deals have in common is the signed person is indoors for most of the working time and has no dealings with the public. Now, Don Jazzy was already a big deal and a public figure who groomed other artists who had already become successful. He performed on stage and traveled the world with Dbanj, so for him to be made to stay indoors is kind of weird, isn't it?
So they made Don Jazzy like an upcoming artist.
Well, maybe that or just an indoor producer. Either ways, most of his work was indoors.
So why was Dbanj okay with it?
Well,
6 months before that, I already knew it was over. I don't think that there's any divorce or any separation that the world hears of that was not already dead maybe 6 months before. He's my brother, I love him, but I'm on the move.
I think Dbanj expected him to exercise patience for the greater good in future, but Don Jazzy thought he was being unreasonable.
You know, we had traveled and we had left Don Jazzy in New York with some of the management team because he already had a production deal. So we wanted to like walk. We're trying to go global.
Unfortunately, Don Jazzy had a similar experience in the past with JJC and 419 Squad, which it's safe to say might have caused him PTSD.
He wanted to work with me.
That's JJC.
Yeah, that's JJC. We stayed in the studio and made music, a bunch of music, but he's growing his empire or whatever. So he wanted to work with me in the capacity that, okay, yeah, just one of the producers is going to be under what I'm building or whatever. But for some reason, I felt it was a partnership. I mean, fuck up. What I was supposed to be getting from it, it makes sense to me.
So what I can deduce here is Don Jazzy and Dbanj were already falling out with each other for an unknown reason. Even though they lived together, then what seemed like a blessing in form of Kanye signing them on happened, and they decided to come together for the greater good of more hits. But they got two different types of contracts that further separated them, as Jazzy was indoors and Dbanj was out and about. Because their relationship was already deteriorating, it was even harder for them to communicate as one. Don Jazzy had already experienced this treatment in the past with JJC and 419 Squad, so he did the same thing he did then when he felt used. He ran away from the situation, as Dbanj was already at this time thinking independently because of their feud. The funny twist about all this is, Kanye West himself fought at the start of his own career to be seen as more than just a producer, even though everyone at his record label saw him as just that.
I keep saying best rapper producer, he mad.
Man, that's like saying best kid rapper or best or the best female MC or something.
They don't know about it.
Nah. Wherever I'm at with all the other rappers, if I'm the 50th rapper, I'm a rapper. Fuck producer.
Everybody says you can't rap because you're a producer. I'm gonna use everything that everybody says that I can't do, and I'm gonna flip it to the positive.
I ain't the one to do. I'm a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Put me in the ranks of the rappers.
But that's besides the point. Story for another day. Well, there you have it, guys. Do you think I am right, or is there a flaw in my findings? Anyway, my conclusion to this is life is a roller coaster of uncertainties. From experience, we all know that it's not strange to lose great friends and partnerships in the quest to grow ourselves. Both parties felt justifiably pained by one thing or the other, then a supposed gift that ended up being a cost to what they had built further separated them to sail in different directions. What do you think?
Before the good music deal, were things already bad at that point?
Yes.
What made it get there?
It was a series of things. But then, who cares? We try to make it work, but the relationships deteriorate. If to say na man and woman thing, they go say na falling out of love.
Hi guys, I personally want to thank you for taking out your time to watch the video to this very point. And I believe that for you to have stuck around till right now, it means that you were entertained. And I will also appreciate you more if you take out the time to like this video, share this video, and subscribe. Thank you very much, and tell me what other video you would like to watch. Peace.